Buongiorno! Welcome back to my channel. I am Saar and I recently moved to Italy, Florence, and this is a little taste of my life here. This video is going to be about the first few sentences that would have been so helpful for me if I knew them, if I had known them when I arrived in Florence. I only recently started learning Italian a couple of months ago, but I do know how it feels when you first arrive here and you don't know any Italian, and also that people might start talking back to you, and even if you know some Italian, you just don't know what they're saying to you because it's way too fast. It's not an official language video, but I think as a complete beginner, I can help you overcome some of those first obstacles with the language when you get here. So yeah, let's get started. The first Italian word I ever knew was ciao. Ciao meaning hello and goodbye. And you do use it a lot every day, but you use it with people that you know and not with strangers. So when you arrive at the airport and you want to say hello to someone, you say buongiorno, buonasera, or salve. And then maybe you're looking for your luggage or the exit, and then you can say mi scusi, excuse me, dove posso trovare il bagno, il ritiro dei bagagli, l'uscita. One more time, dove posso trovare il bagno? Now they're probably going to say something back to you about the directions of how to get to that place that you're looking for, obviously. So it's going to be either somewhere to the right, somewhere to the left, or straight on. For example, they might say è al piano di sotto a sinistra. It is on downstairs to the left, or è al piano sotto a destra. That means downstairs to the right. Or they might say tutto dritto, which is straightforward. And of course, then you say grazie mille. Grazie mille is one of those words you say all the time because obviously you're constantly thanking people for things. So grazie mille is 1,000 thanks, many thanks, and you throw it out all the time. So it's a really good word to remember. Remember the verb posso, which comes from potere, which means can or be able to. And you can say posso vederlo or possiamo vederlo. Now you have found the taxi stand outside, and then you say to the taxi driver, Buongiorno, vorrei andare al Classic Hotel, for example, per favore. And then your taxi driver will say to you, Sì, certo, posso mettere I tuoi bagagli sul retro? Sì, certo, posso mettere I tuoi bagagli sul retro. Yes, of course, can I put your luggage in the back? And then you say, Sì, grazie, molto gentile. Molto gentile is very kind of you, thank you. And you get into the taxi, and then the taxi driver will ask you, Qual è l'indirizzo? Qual è l'indirizzo? What's the address? And then you say the address to him, and you can ask him, Quanto dura il viaggio? Quanto dura il viaggio? How long is the drive? And he'll tell you, circa 20 minuti, for example. 20 minutes. You can say, va bene. Va bene is a word you use all day long because it means okay, all right. So va bene is something to remember. Once you get into the taxi, obviously there's this moment where, because you've been talking a little bit of Italian, that they're assuming that you are a native speaker or that you can speak Italian. And this is sometimes a little awkward because they start babbling like crazy and you're like, I have no clue what you're saying. So I recommend immediately establishing that, because otherwise you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, I have no clue what he's saying to me. And they're often, in my experience, at least in Florence, they're super kind taxi drivers, and they like to talk about anything from politics to the weather to the city they love and all that stuff. So you can ask him or her, Lei parla inglese? Lei parla inglese? Lei is the polite way of saying you, so always use lei when you're talking to a stranger. And you can also say, mi dispiace, non parlo molto bene l'italiano. I'm sorry, I don't speak Italian very well. Now, when the taxi stops, obviously you're gonna say something like "Quanto costa, signore?" Quanto costa? How much is it? How much does it cost? And then you say "Prego," meaning here you go. There you go. And then he says obviously "Grazie mille" and helps you with the bags. And then you say to each other "Arrivederci" or "Buona serata," "Buona giornata." Those are the three possibilities. Arrivederci is basically when you separate and you really go away. So you say basically it's kind of like ciao, but it's the formal way to say ciao to a stranger that you don't really know that well. So you say arrivederci. And if you want to wish him a nice rest of the day, you say buona giornata, or if it's in the evening, you can say buona serata. Now, once you arrive at the hotel, you're probably going to hear "Benvenuto, hai fatto un buon viaggio? Did you have a good trip?" And then you say "Sì, grazie." And then you say "Ho una prenotazione a nome Soleares," for example. "Ho una prenotazione a nome Soleares." I have a reservation on the name Soleares. And they'll say "Posso avere la tua carta di credito, per favore? Can I have your credit card, please?" And you say "Prego." There you are. And they'll say "Grazie. Si prega di firmare qui per confermare." Please sign here to confirm. Now there'll probably be two more things, the breakfast and your room key. So they'll probably say something like "La colazione viene servita dalle 8 alle 11," for example. And that means breakfast is served between 8 and 11. You can say "Perfetto, grazie." And they will tell you your room number. La tua stanza è 14, for example. And ecco la tua chiave. Here is your key. Grazie mille. You can say buona giornata, buona serata. And now you're finally checked into the hotel and you had your very first conversation in Italian. Last tip when you are watching this video and trying to learn some first words of Italian is to try to memorize and repeat the sentences and write them down and just repeat until you get also a little bit the cadence down of the sentence, because I have noticed if I learn things from a textbook and I'm thinking about it too much, I just, on the moment that you try to speak, it just doesn't work. At least that's how it is for me. So I'm hoping by giving you some of these a little taste of Italian that this can be a start, and I'll hope to see you in my next video. Ciao, arrivederci. Say ciao, arrivederci, ciao.